In the previous videos, we saw prepositions with exact times, prepositions with days, months, and years, and prepositions with longer periods of time. On Monday, in June, at 9:30, at noon, in the evening, and so on. How about holidays and celebrations? What preposition do you use with Christmas or New Year's Day? How about Ramadan or Diwali? Let's talk about those, shall we? Hi, I'm Mark Franco. Welcome back to Snap Language Learner. We saw that you say on Monday, on January 20th, and on Wednesday because these are days. But you use the preposition in with long periods like months, years, or decades. So you say in September, in 2021, and in the 1990s. How about a weekend? It's not just a day, it's usually 2 days. What do you usually do on weekends? I like to stay home on weekends. I like to visit my friends on the weekends. You may have heard people say at the weekend. That's okay too, but in American English, you will almost always hear people say on the weekend. In the previous video, we also saw that for exact times and shorter periods of time, like a moment in time, you also use the preposition at the beginning of the movie, at the end of the story, at night, at noon, or at midnight. But you say in the evening or in the morning. These are considered longer periods of time. The evening is a whole part of a day. How about holidays and celebrations? What preposition do you need? It depends. If the holiday is a day, you still use the preposition on. But there are other prepositions you can use. Let's look at the short monologue. Afterwards, we'll examine the prepositions. I'm visiting my parents in New York over Christmas. I'll leave on Christmas Eve and get there on Christmas Day. I'll be there for New Year's as well. Whoa, there's a lot going on here. So let's take a look at the prepositions. On Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day. These are days, so you just use on the same way you'd say on December 25th. Here we have I'm visiting my parents over Christmas. In this case, I'm not talking about Christmas Day only. I'm talking about the whole holiday, the whole period of celebration. When people talk about Christmas, many times they're talking about the time just before Christmas, during Christmas, and even the time between Christmas Day and New Year's Eve. So over Christmas gives you the idea that I'll be with my parents over a whole period of time, not just on Christmas Day. If you're talking about New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, you'd use on too. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day are specific days, December 31st and January 1st. So, for example, you'd say, I'll have a party on New Year's Eve. In this example, we have, I'll be there for New Year's as well. You could say on New Year's, but for gives you the idea that I'll be there for that reason. I'll be there to celebrate New Year's Day. I'll be there for New Year's. We celebrate Independence Day on the 4th of July in the United States. A lot of people take time off from work on Independence Day. If you're going to take a trip and stay there for a few days, including the 4th of July, you can say, I'm going to take a trip over the 4th of July. But you usually have one day off, so you could say, I'm going to stay home on the 4th of July. Just one day? Bummer. How about longer celebrations like Ramadan, Diwali, Hanukkah, Easter, Passover, and so on? These happen over a period of time. This gets a little confusing because it's not just a day. Many people would say on Ramadan, for example, That's okay, but it makes it seem like Ramadan is only one day. But it lasts 30 days. It's a period. So you could also say during Ramadan or over Ramadan. For example, you could say, I'm visiting my family and friends over Ramadan next year. If you say on Ramadan or at Ramadan, people would still understand what you mean. What are you doing for Hanukkah this year? Here, I'm asking you about the whole period. You could also say at or on Hanukkah. On Hanukkah is not very precise though, because Hanukkah lasts 8 days. Depending on where people live, sometimes they speak English a little differently, and that's okay. You could say at Christmas, at Ramadan, or at Hanukkah, but you don't hear that very often in the United States. Let's look at a few examples. Can you tell the difference in meaning? I'll be in Chicago during Ramadan this year. The focus is on the whole period of time. I'll be in Chicago for Ramadan this year. Here, the focus is a little more on the reason or why you're going to Chicago. For more information on these prepositions, check the link in the descriptions. I have more information on the Snap Language website, including some practice. Speaking of practice, let's try this. I'll give you the parts of the sentence, and you put the sentence together. Don't just think about it, say it out loud. Ready? School starts August. School starts in August. My English course starts August 27th. My English course starts on August 27th. Does school start the fall? Does school start in the fall? I'll be in California, Christmas Day. I'll be in California on Christmas Day. Will you be with your family, Christmas? Will you be with your family on Christmas? What are your plans, Hanukkah? What are your plans for Hanukkah? Are you doing anything special, Ramadan? Are you doing anything special over Ramadan? I'm taking a trip the summer. I'm taking a trip in the summer. I always take some time off the winter. I always take some time off in the winter. Do you have any time off December? Do you have any time off in December? I like staying home weekends. I like staying home on weekends. Are you always home the evening? Are you always home in the evening? I don't like driving late night. I don't like driving late at night. Do you have any plans, Diwali? Do you have any plans for Diwali? What are your plans, Ramadan? What are your plans for Ramadan? Where will you be New Year's Day? Where will you be on New Year's Day? I'll be in Philadelphia the Christmas holidays. I'll be in Philadelphia over the Christmas holidays. I always visit my parents Christmas. I always visit my parents on Christmas. Well, this is a bit tricky. In British English, for example, you can say at Christmas. You can also say on Christmas Day. In American English, you use the same preposition, on Christmas or on Christmas Day. Remember to check the links in the descriptions for more information and practice. For now, please like, share, and subscribe. If you found this lesson on our website, don't forget to go back there to finish your lesson. Thanks for watching and enjoy learning, always.